What's going on, guys? We're taking another look at some garbage programming jobs and what to look for. So I think Indeed is a fair place to start. What I also wanted to address was that, like, I only put one job at the end that I thought was decent. I have a few jobs this time that I think are decent, but you wouldn't really know, and you still might think that they are, I don't know, not that great. But, you know, I would say they're more of like your classic companies that you just apply to and then you probably get a job from. But there are some that I want to roast and that I think are just absolutely ridiculous. So, all aboard the garbage programming job train. Let's take a look. All right, so this job is an absolute fucking joke. So if you know anything about California, you'll know that it's expensive, really expensive. Minimum wage in California is $12 an hour. And if we take a look at this job here, right here, this job is $15 to $18 an hour. So you're making $3 above minimum wage for a junior web developer. Okay, that's like nothing. Builds amazing websites. Oh man, be careful when people are like, builds amazing websites. Web developer ninja, web developer Jedi, kind of like look out for that sort of stuff. They probably have no idea what they're talking about and they're using buzzwords. Minimum of 2 years relevant work experience for $3 above minimum wage. HTML5 and CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, digital web portfolio, code examples, local. So you got to live there in Orange. This is an expensive area. Orange County for $15 an hour for $3 above minimum wage. Come on, nice to have. 2+ years, 1+, Ajax, Angular. Oh, just throw some Angular in there. Dude, if you know Angular, you're worth more than $15 an hour. Absolutely. SFTP, so I'm imagining this is one of these garbage companies that uses FTP to move their files around and you don't actually use any version control, because I don't see any mention of version control here. So just be on the lookout. This is a company that is outdated big time. And what else we got? End-to-end ownership, so sole responsibility on you. If you mess anything up, if you mess designs up, if you mess code up, if you mess maintenance up, everything. So this is one of these jobs where they're like, oh, we need someone to manage our website stuff. What is that called? Oh, I think it's called a junior web developer. Yeah, we'll just call him a junior web dev and then see who wants to do it, you know? An absolute travesty is what this is. Not travesty. Like it's just terrible. Deploy sites with mobile. So you're gonna do mobile. You're gonna do design stunning landing pages. All right. So you're doing design, develop, build, and deliver memorable web experiences, including theme developing. So this is one of these jobs where this is normally like 2 or 3 people's jobs here, and it's all in one, all for the price of minimum wage +3. Absolute joke. Be creative 360, more like be stingy with our company budget 360 is what that is. I know it was a terrible joke, but like this is just terrible. I was taking notes. I spent like 30 minutes looking up jobs. It didn't take me long to come up with a whole list of stuff, and I have this labeled under absolute garbage. So this company is not too bad. This company is actually okay. The only thing that doesn't really make sense is things we like 3+ years experience in Node.js or other similar technologies, and then it says what you'll get is a market rate based on experience. But really what they mean is this is a market rate based on a job title, because 3+ years experience, you are no longer a junior developer. You're moving towards that mid-level developer. After, you know, I don't know, maybe like 6 years, you're moving towards that like senior level developer area. But 3+ years, you're not junior developer. Everything else here looks kind of cool, but this is the only thing that really stood out to me here was market rate. Salary based on experience, but market rate, salary based on experience, based on job title. So the upper end of a junior developer is maybe like 65,000, 70,000 maybe, at least in Utah where I'm from. All right, so this one is just an absolute joke, if we're being honest. 1+ years web experience required for 35 to 40,000. These people have no idea what they're talking about. 35 to 40,000 is an absolute joke in Utah, especially in Park City. Park City, for more or less, is like the rich area of town. This is an affluent area, the politically correct. There's a bunch of rich ass people that live here, okay? So 35 to 40,000 is somebody who's looking for cheap labor, and especially what they require you to know: HTML, CSS, PHP, JavaScript, and WordPress, jQuery, Bootstrap, experience with Photoshop. So you're also going to be a designer, I guess, and cross compatibility testing for like different devices. Salary depends on experience. I mean, not really. This is terrible. My first job with like 0 experience was 50,000. 35,000 to 40,000. That's like $18 to $19 an hour. It looks like it's a $5,000 difference, right? You're like, oh, 35 to 40. It's $1 per hour difference, pretty much. Insane for what they want you to do and what they want you to know. And especially for Park City, Utah, shame on you, Advice Media. This is very underpaid. You're trying to take advantage of someone who's desperate for a job here. The only way that I would maybe even consider this would be remote, but you can't. You got to be there too. So you got to come in the office So this sounds like they're gonna micromanage the shit out of you. The best coworkers ever. So whenever I see the best coworkers ever, the girls on Tinder, they're like, I'm the baddest bitch you ever meet. Like, are you really? I mean, I don't know. Let's move on to the next one. This is just an absolute joke of a job here. So I said I was gonna put some decent job postings in here, and I think this is actually okay. I just noticed a little bit of oddities with it, I guess. I believe that this company is directly targeting people outside the United States. So if you're out there outside of the United States watching this video, then maybe this job posting is for you. The pay seems decent. Here, let's go over it real quick. So this is for a Java developer, and what they need you to have is a master's or bachelor's. They prefer a master's. The pay is decent for junior, 50 to 55,000. The only thing that you need to realize is that you're working for this KJS technology group, which means that you're going to have to get up and move to whatever contract that they have, that they tell you that they have work for. That's where they're going to send you. And you can see that here, it's in relocation expenses, childcare benefits. What I noticed here that was odd to me, well, I guess it's not odd, is that it seems like this is directly targeting people, I want to say from India, but I know fresher is a so-called British term for like a first-year student in college, like a freshman or like a raw student, I guess. Because we don't say this here in the United States at all. We don't call people freshers. We call people college freshmen. I'm a first-year student at college, blah, 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 blah. This is what kind of stood out to me. And if you're out there and you're watching this video and you're thinking, they're taking our jobs, okay, get out of the video right now, okay? You're a bigot and you're a piece of shit. That's not what this posting is about. If you're worried about people taking your jobs, level up your skills. Okay, fam? Thanks. The only thing that's kind of odd about this job is that when they say jump, you gotta jump. You gotta go wherever they say, work for whatever company they say, live wherever they say that you have to live during the contract of work. I know this because I think I worked with people that worked for a company like this. My two coworkers actually at my last job were, I want to say, like stationed in Florida for the duration of the contract, and then at the end, the contract ran out and they had to leave, and they ended up just having to move across the entire United States to Michigan out of nowhere. So they just lived out of suitcases. So yes, you can come to the United States here, but you have to have the degrees, and you'll be living out of a suitcase pretty much. But I suppose if you are here for like 8 years, you can get a permanent residence. I think this is a decent job, pays decent, just kind of got to up and move. But it looks like this company will really take care of you if you're out there. So shout out to all my, I guess, Indian homies. Shout out to anyone else who's got these degrees that, you know, I guess they're willing to support you. This job seems decent. I get a lot of questions about, you know, what about people outside the United States? Well, I mean, this job seems decent for you, except for the living out of a suitcase deal. And for you other people out there that are taking our jobs, get out, okay? You're not welcome on this channel. If you're worried about that, level up. Level up, homie. All right, let's move on to the next one. All right, so this is one that is basically get wrecked, and they're being very mischievous in this job application, and I'll just cut right to it here. If we look down here where it says hours per week, 30 to 39 hours per week. They're not going to let you work full time. You want to know why? Because then they don't have to pay you benefits, and they don't have to make that expense for you, pretty much. You know those people that work, but they're not allowed to work the full 40 hours. They're like capped at like 38. So that the company doesn't have to pay them benefits. That's what this job is doing. You'll get paid hourly. You're not going to get paid salary here. You'll notice that they don't mention anything about hourly or full-time, but the only thing you can see is 30 to 39 hours. This happens to a lot of people that I know that are working. Oh, I can't work full-time, but I don't know why. Like, they just won't let me. You want to know why? It's because it costs them more money to let you work full-time. So that's what this company is doing. This is not a full-time position. You're not going to get benefits, and this is a cheesy way for them to get out of having to do it. So that's kind of lame. Other desirable skills: UI, UX, full stack abilities, MariaDB. So that's part of full stack. I don't know why they listed that. That's okay. Oh, experience, not experience. It's experience. See, there's an A there. A minimum of 1 year experience for Python, Node and jQuery, RESTful APIs. I mean, that's ability to work with a cohesive small team. Well, so they're going to say cohesive small team, but they're not paying anyone on that team benefits. Independent thinker and learner, whatever. Ability to act as a mentor to junior developers. I don't know. Well, basically, I don't even want to read the rest of this job posting because of what they're doing down here, 30 to 39 hours. It's just such a sleazy way to get out of having to actually pay people like a regular full-time job. All right, so when I was reading this, there's nothing like super bad about this here, but Beeler Young is an honest and ethical in all of its business dealings. I feel like if you have to tell me that you're honest and ethical in all of your business dealings, maybe you've done something that's not honest and ethical. Does that stand out to anybody else? Hey man, you can trust me. Have you ever trusted anyone that says, hey man, trust me? All right, so here's a decent job posting that I found. I think this is actually, you know, pretty reasonable company. Seems pretty chill actually. You know, junior, mid-level compensation seems in line with that, especially for Huntersville, North Carolina, 60 to 90 for junior to mid. Hey, seems pretty sweet to me. Doesn't seem that bad at all. Enough experience to dive in quickly and get up to speed. So they don't really care about a certain experience level. Just like, hey, you got experience. Like, can you learn how to learn is what this sentence says. Also right here, it says work well with limited management. So they don't want to micromanage you, which is super cool that they say that. People who like to track down problems, basically you do it yourself. Like you're gonna show up there, you're gonna start doing work day one. One thing that stands out to me here, ability to work on multiple tasks simultaneously. It's not very good to do this. You should probably work on one thing at a time. The word multitasking actually came from when CPUs were first made, and it was the ability for the CPU to do one thing, take a break, and then do another thing. So it was always one thing at a time. It was never two things at the same time. So work on multiple things simultaneously is not good. Your brain was not designed for that. You can do one task at a time and do different tasks back and forth, but not at the same time. That maybe they might expect you to be doing 10 different things at once and juggling a bunch of stuff. Anyways, scripting skills, yeah. Self-motivated, they already said that. Here we go. Challenging but supportive environment with a fun team that knows how to balance life and work. Hey, they mentioned fun team, balance life and work. I can deal with that. Competitive compensation, planning to hire immediately, so probably not a BS hoops that you have to jump through here. No recruiters, so cool, company, respect this. No recruiters, they don't want to deal with recruiters because they know, this company knows that it's going to cost more money to pay someone from a recruiter firm than if they were to just hire themselves. One thing I noticed is this is preferred. Linux command line 1 year required. Pro tip here, if you've never been on LinkedIn before, if you've never posted a job, if it says required, when you click apply, when you click this apply button, it's gonna pop up with a box that says Linux, in this case Linux 1 year. And then you're gonna have a little bubble that says yes or no. It's not like this. And if you pick no, if you check this box here, your application is not getting sent over to HR. So this is a filter in Indeed.com. Beware of the filters. If it says required and you don't meet that condition, your application is not going to anybody. It's going into the blocked section that if they want to, they can go look at it. Preferred, you can get away with. If this said, you know, preferred and you put no, then it's still going to get sent, and that's up to them. It's up to them to decide later if they want to give you a shot or not. So if it says like 1 to 3 years experience required and you put no, don't do that. It's not going to get sent. So things like this, when HR makes this and says 4 years required, you have 4 years and you only have like 3.9 years, definitely put 4 years because it's not going to get sent. Even though you're trying to be honest and trying to be legit with them, go ahead and check these boxes. Like, do what you can to get your application to the people, okay? Sorry, I'm letting all the secrets out, Indeed, but that's how it works. All right, so here's another decent one here. $55,000 a year, entry level, junior, pay package, $55,000 and up, relocation assistance, so they'll move you across the country from wherever you're at. But just beware, if you take a relocation package and you quit the job because you don't like it after like 3 months, you got to pay it back. Usually how that works. Medical benefits, 401k, certifications, it doesn't really matter in web development. Mentoring program, I guess that could be good, but they don't give a whole lot of details about it. Opportunity to work at big companies, yeah, okay. Opportunity to work at somewhere that doesn't do much for me. Excitement and eagerness to learn. Basic Java, C#, .NET, Python are similar, so object-oriented is what they really want, like class-based kind of stuff. Interested in web, object-oriented, computer science, engineering, statistics. So I'm not sure if they care about this bachelor's degree, probably not. I would say that this first bullet point matters more. Excitement and eagerness to learn a new technology. New college graduates are welcome to apply, right? Washington, D.C., no prior work experience is required. We'll provide on-the-job training after you're hired, and it doesn't say anything about contracts, anything like that. And $55,000 a year, that seems reasonable for on-the-job training and no experience. Just seems normal. Just seems like your regular cubicle job. Nothing in particular here stands out to me, so I'd probably apply to this too. These are like the low-key jobs that are like, yeah, my boss lets me do, you know, whatever I want type deal. Like these jobs right here that don't give a whole bunch of descriptions. The jobs that are like, we have 4,000 perks and puppy time and doggy daycare and we'll like shine your shoes while you're working and we'll paint your nails, and like we have so many, like the companies that advertise their perks are the companies that are like the companies that I wouldn't want to work for. These low-key companies that are just like, yeah, we're a regular thing. These are the ones that keep all that stuff inside. They don't get flooded with applications. It stays balanced, and you can actually use those perks for what they're for. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, maybe hit subscribe, maybe hit thumbs up. Let me know what you'd like to see. Help me get to 100,000 subscribers. My birthday is July 17th, 11 days away from now. It'd be awesome if you help me get 100,000. I don't know what to do yet. I'm thinking about cutting up the 100,000 subscriber silver play button and like giving it away to people, because I wouldn't be here without you guys, but I don't know yet what I'm gonna do. Anyways, I appreciate you guys. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully this has been insightful. Shout out to everyone inside the United States. Shout out to everyone outside the United States. It doesn't matter. You're all welcome to apply to these jobs, okay? I just remember seeing those comments like, you're taking it, and so I didn't mean to make it political or anything like that, but you guys get it. I appreciate all of you guys, and I hope you guys have a great Saturday. Hope you guys have a great weekend, crushing it, getting what you need to done, and I'll see you guys in the next one.